Okay, so in the book we present a lot of theories that aren't so controversial, and one extremely controversial theory. A certain chapter about a certain character certain books are named after, who may be a certain spell designed to place part of someone's soul inside of the object. That's a very, very roundabout way of saying Harry's a Horcrux. So, we are expecting a fight with this one, and we welcome it, although, disclaimer, neither of us actually really subscribe to this theory. We think it's a very, very intriguing idea, and that it could come true, but we don't, we know it's far-fetched. Like, that was my first thought when I heard the theory, Harry's a Horcrux. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, we hear every crackpot theory, and at first I thought it was one of them. I mean, and I had a whole list of reasons why, and then when I really started looking at the clues and examining the evidence, it really is an interesting theory. So, for those of you who haven't read the theory, it basically goes that on the night, that night at Godric's Hollow, Voldemort was planning on making a Horcrux out of Harry's death, because we know, or at least we suspect, that Voldemort likes to create Horcruxes out of significant deaths. And obviously, killing Harry would be a very significant death. So, let's say he had the spell prepared, or he was planning on casting it at the same time, and all of a sudden this love thing happens, and everything backfires, and then Harry's accidentally made into a Horcrux. The spell is accidentally channeled in Harry. Now, there may not, at first glance, there may not be a lot of evidence supporting this, because it seems very circumstantial, but there's a lot of things that can't be explained that happened that night. One of which being, how is it that Harry and Voldemort share this window in the mind effect? How is it they can see each other's thoughts? How is it they both speak partial tongue? How is it, why does Harry have a scar? There's no evidence.
Harry open the Chamber of Secrets?
Why could Harry open the Chamber of Secrets? There's no evidence that blocking a curse gives you a scar. That's never happened in the books before. Normally when curses are blocked, they're just deflected, nothing happens. But for some reason, they share all these similarities. They both have brother ones. They're even described as looking similar. They're both half-bloods. There's a lot. They have a lot in common.
Yeah, so as he was saying, they do indeed have a lot in common. And so that night when Harry's mother fell, she gave him that love protection. And what we think happened was, he was, like Emerson said, there was it's been a long day, a lot of driving. Voldemort makes his Horcruxes off significant deaths, and like you said, what more of a significant death than the death of the one who was mentioned in the prophecy, the one who was supposed to lead to his downfall. Now, when he goes there to make... See, the thing is, where we get into a gray area is when we don't know exactly how a Horcrux is made. Is the object predetermined before you kill the person? Is it made as you kill the person, or is it done afterwards? Now, if it's done afterwards, it basically kills our entire theory. So we're going to say that it's done either before or after, or I mean, excuse me, we're going to say that it's done during, because it fits well into the theory, or before, and it fits well into the theory. Now, see, I mean, I don't understand, I don't see what I mean, someone tell me why Harry isn't a Horcrux. Give me a reason why he isn't.
First things first. A little bit more, just one more thing that really supports the theory is, through the whole series, up until the 5th book, Voldemort is always trying to kill Harry. Happens again and again and again, and Harry always slips through his grasp. But in the 5th book, when Voldemort possesses Harry in the Department of Mysteries, all of a sudden, Voldemort realizes that there's this, they're obviously not compatible. Harry is full of love, Voldemort's full of hate, and Voldemort realizes that there's a part of his soul inside Harry. And from that point on in the book, Voldemort never tries to kill Harry again. And he instructs the Death Eaters not to kill him, but to bring him to him, because he realizes that. It just doesn't seem a little bit coincidental that the entire series is always trying to kill Harry, and then out of the blue, he decides, oh, I'm not going to go through Harry anymore, I'm going to have to Dumbledore. And specifically instructs the Death Eaters not to kill Harry. Also, at another point in the series, when Harry is mourning the loss of Sirius, Dumbledore says, Harry, suffering like this proves that you are still a man. Now, what could Dumbledore mean by still a man? Unless there's something less than human inside of him. And we know that it doesn't just have to be inanimate objects that are Horcruxes. We know that we think Nagini's a Horcrux, and Voldemort and Nagini seem to share that same kind of window into each other's minds. Voldemort has a lot of control over her. They both speak partial tongue. Okay, that was weak. But, so, with that in mind, and we'll remember more as you fire back at us, why can't Harry be a
him not dying, suicide would be a little bit
That he would have to destroy himself because in order to. We don't know that it's not possible for Horcruxes to be removed without destroying the object that they're in. Now we saw that the ring, Dumbledore, Slytherin's ring, obviously it was cracked after Dumbledore removed the Horcrux. But we don't know that maybe Dumbledore just he's a Horcrux noob and he didn't know exactly what he was doing. And something that would fit into this, something else that would fit into this is that now Wormtail still owes Harry a life debt. Now one way that Wormtail could pay off this debt would be we know he's always creeping around listening to people's conversations, amassing evidence, kind of like a rat would amass cheese. So it could be possible that Wormtail hears how to remove the Horcrux, and then he tells Harry, and then pays off his debt. And another theory that we heard at an event we did in Skokie that was really interesting, we thought, was that J.K. Rowling places these creatures in the series that coincidentally are able to suck souls.
This is a soul-sucking notion, by the way. I should catch on to what he was doing. Soul-sucking.
Coincidence? Perhaps.
So yeah, someone else. Tell me why Harry is an Horcrux.
Okay, when they go back into Slughorn's memory, and the real memory, not the
diluted one.
Yeah. When Slughorn is explaining to Riddle what a Horcrux is, he says that you have to kill someone first, and then that splits your soul, and then there's an incantation, which means that a Horcrux must be made after you kill someone. Check the book.
Trust me, a lot of work went into this. There's no way we'd overlook that. How sure are you it says?
I'm positive. I can find for you right now.
Go.
There's no way. Okay. In the meantime, while Emerson is proving her wrong,
Go show him.
I thought, it was my knowledge that Slughorn was very vague about it because he didn't really want to talk about it. That was... Now, okay, does anyone else... Does anyone else have another reason why he's not a Horcrux that I can shoot down? What about you, ma'am?
Ma'am? Oh, you're starting with me now. Alright, fine. I'm not a man, first of all. Second of all, if he didn't mean to do it and it was an accident, well, when you kill someone, it's under your own curse, which is the God of Kedavra, which you have to mean if you want to kill someone. So if he didn't mean it enough, and he didn't mean to make him a Horcrux, it just doesn't match up.
Why not?
That's all it says here. All it says is that there's a spell. Do not ask me. I don't know. So if you want to show me the specific part, because I don't.
Yeah. So before you guys get all excited that our book's wrong, it's not. It says there's a spell. Do not ask me. Slughorn never said it has to be after the actual death occurs. So the theory is still intact, but it was a valiant effort. Give a round of applause.